संख्यास्थानम् एकदशशतसहस्रायुतलक्षप्रयुतकोटयः क्रमशः अर्बुदमब्जम् खर्वनि खर्वम् महापद्मशङ्खवस्लस्मात् जलधिश्चान्त्यम् मध्यम् परार्धमिति दशगुणोत्तरम् संज्ञाः संख्यायाः स्थानानाम् व्यवहारार्थम् कृता पूर्वैः
संकलित व्यवकलिते कार्यक्रमादुत्क्रमतोऽथवाङ्कयोगो यथास्थानकमन्तरम् वा गुणनम् गुण्यान्त्यमङ्कम् गुणकेन हन्यादुत्सारितेनैवमुपान्त्यमादि गुण्यस्वधोधो गुणखण्डतुल्यः तैः खण्डकैः सङ्गुणितो युतो वा भक्तो गुणशुद्ध्यतेन तेन लब्ध्या च गुण्यो गुणितः फलम् वा द्विधा भवेत् रूपविभाग एवं स्थानैः पृथग्वा गुणितः समेतः इष्टो न युक्तेन गुणेन निग्धः अभीष्टग्न गुण्यान्वितवर्जितो वा.
Okay, let me just explain what that was. So the first one where the two little boys were chanting, that was a shloka that describes the place values. So the ones, the tens, the hundreds. So this shloka had about 10 places. So the interesting thing is, we have ones, tens, hundreds, and then you go to thousands and then 10,000s. You don't have a different name for that 10,000, but they do have, so Sahasra Ayuta, that's what it's called. And then there is Laksha, and then there is Prayuta and Koti. And you go on for everything, you have a different name. And this goes on for several digits. Now, there is no way you can forget this once you have learned this shloka as a child. Anytime in life, somebody comes up and asks you, what is 10 to the power of 10? You know it from this shloka. And not only that, it's such a beautiful way to learn it. The second part, the two girls were chanting. They were chanting the shlokas relevant to addition and subtraction. And then they said Gunanam. Gunanam is multiplication. So there was a much longer verse on Gunanam. Now, every line of that verse describes one method of doing multiplication. So there are 4 or 5 methods of multiplication described in that one verse. Same thing with other operations. There are often multiple ways of doing it that are described in these verses. So it's really a beautiful way. It's a very, we learn only one method usually of doing something in the Western education system. But here they really do a very detailed look at different techniques that can be used. So that is the Ganitam. Leelavati, an example of how rasa aesthetics is useful and used in Indian traditional systems.